we always get hindsight is 2020, but what if we operated in forethought? And so the fact that you're already in that heart posture of like, man, I know God's going to be there. And so I know it's going to be okay. And it's going to be great. And it's going to be wonderful. And yet we don't have all the answers. And so that alludes to our incredible next co-author, Wendy Roads, who has gone through this adventure. She's a risk taker through and through. She literally was trapezing through the woods, you guys. This is a part of her chapter, okay? You've got to read more to figure it out. But I think this is a conversation of entrepreneurship that a lot of people kind of like go around, is as how important it is that we are risk takers. And I also want you to tap into the love and compassion piece of your chapter, because I always really love that. So Wendy Roads, please, to the table, to the mic, share with us a bit about risk taking and entrepreneurship and how that's been a part of your story.
That is so funny, because just yesterday I took a risk and I ate a dandelion out of my yard. And I'm like, I think these are supposed to be good for you. Let's just try one.
That's
so,
awesome.
like, okay, that's kind of different. But yeah, risk taking has been a big part of my life. And just traipsing through the woods when I was young, and trailblazing, and just trying to discover those hidden treasures that were out there somewhere. And that's just always been a part of my personality, to just take a risk. And I've had multiple businesses, and even as a kid, selling this and that and all the things, not realizing that that was just laying the foundation for my entrepreneurship when I get older. And so, yeah, I've been a financial planner. I've been, I still own an income tax franchise, and then dipping into real estate has been a great adventure. And I absolutely love doing that. And I, that's where the compassion comes in. Just dealing with people, having a heart for what are people going through, because everybody says, how are you today? And I'm great. And really, you're not great. And we wear this facade everywhere we go, and we're like, no, wait, really, how are you? And getting to the heart of people and having compassion, and just feeling the empathy of what are they going through. And they are about to lose their house, or somebody has been so sick, or somebody just passed away, and being able to step into their shoes and feel what they're feeling, so we can have that heart to be able to share with them and share the Lord with them, and just be the arms and the hands and the feet of Jesus and the mouth of Jesus, and speak words of encouragement to them in a time when they don't know what's going on, or where to go from there. So I think, just being a light in a world where there's still a lot of hurting people, and we just want to love on them. I mean, that's what Jesus would do, right? Love on them.
Completely. And I just love that, in the sense of understanding that there is a job title, right? Or there's a job description, or there's like a way we make money as entrepreneurs. And you're like, okay, I'm going to get into real estate. And then God is like, nope, you're still in the people business.
Yep.
Nope, you're still working with my children. Nope, I don't care the methodology in which it happens. Love is always the answer. Compassion is always the methodology. And so you just brought that in such a cool way of representing his heart for what it is that we do through entrepreneurship. There are going to be so many different ways we get to do it, different seasons of life in which we're going to do it, but it always goes back to the people. And that's how we exist, right? And so tapping into love, and first understanding that God loves us, right? And relishing in that space of like, man, I am loved, and therefore you get to operate in love to other people. When you were walking through like your adventure, we'll say, with the Lord, at what point in those businesses have you been walking with the Lord for eons? Was it like something that you came into? What was that shift like for you?
Oh, well, I've always had a heart to be an entrepreneur, and and there have been times when I've been in the workforce, and I've been in different positions, and I just kept getting called back to being an entrepreneur. And so, but no matter what I did, and no matter where I was, I always served the people to the best of my ability. and took ownership of what I was doing, because that's what entrepreneurship is, right? Taking ownership of what it is and being a good steward of what God's put in your hands, whether it be a job, whether it be a business, whether it be a ministry, whether it be any, a teaching or whatever your calling is. God has put that in our stead for us to take good care of and to bring honor and glory to his name no matter what we do. And so I don't know if I answered your question, but anyway.
No, there's a lot of wisdom there, Wendy. And that's the coolest part about it, is like recognizing that when someone is speaking, like, man, the depths, the chasms in which it's coming from, which is the same way why I love reading so much when I read from an author and I'm like, wow, there's so much more than what's here. And so for you to be like constantly excavating for people to be able to share the truth, I think is just really a critical way, and a way in which these authors really gave space for you all to do the same thing in your own lives. So like, here's the excavation of my soul for you when it comes to business development, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, when it comes to searching out the signs and wonders and solutions of my life that God has presented me, and the scaling of it all and what is inside.